Greetings to you this Sunday. I hope you had a wonderful rest with all the anticipation, all the anxiety, the frustration. Some persons who are experiencing panic attacks. There are persons who had problems with their night's rest. So many things that may have contributed to you being uncomfortable. The fact that it's like the lottery. You know that you deserve to win the jackpot. You are confident in the prayers you would have recited. You are confident in the numbers that you have selected. You're confident in that. Because like I said yesterday, you believe that you are special and that you deserve the best. And only you matters. That's what's important. You see, as long as your decision, the decisions you make, as long as you can live with the consequences of those decisions, who cares what other people feel or how they feel or who agrees or disagrees with your decision? Who cares? You and only you have to live with the consequences of your decision, whatever they may be, because you know that you are special. You know that whatever you do, it's to your pleasing. So live according to your rules and be prepared for the consequences that comes as a result of you living selfishly. Tomorrow is V-Day, voting day, and victory day. This is what I would say to every Guyanese. You have to put you first. Put self first. You have to know what you deserve, how much you deserve. You have to consider your life at this point, where you are, and you have to take into consideration who has a track record of serving you the way you think you deserved to be served. It's like this. And because I am still the expert on relationships, sometimes I have to borrow scenarios from couples' relationship to strengthen my point. It is like this. Two women. You are the prize that is always pursued. Even when that prize, which is you, has already been won by a man, meaning you are in a relationship, you are engaged or married, there are potential suitors who is not turned off by that. They still come after you. And they make their plea so attractive that sometimes you as a woman, you question where you are, meaning the relationship you're in. You question it because the others who are trying to get your vote, they're painting a different picture and telling you what you deserve. They're not asking you how you are right now. They assume that you are unsatisfied, unhappy, and you think you deserve better. Do you know why men assume that when they're talking to a woman who is in a relationship? Because she is accommodating a conversation with them. In that man's mind, the other guy, in no way she could be happy with her husband, her boyfriend, or in a relationship and still want to entertain me. She's looking for a way out. And if I say the right things, I can get her to cheat on her husband, her boyfriend. I can get her to sleep with me. Because obviously, the first step is that I got her attention. She's listening. She's willing to chat with me, exchange number, hide and communicate with me, meaning something is wrong with that relationship. She thinks she deserves better. So I am going to tell her what she wants to hear to seduce her. But she would not take that time to examine her current situation. Am I happy in this relationship? Is my husband or boyfriend taking care of me? Does he abuse me? Does he respect me? She's not going to ask those questions, because if she does, and the answer to that is yes, I'm happy, he takes care of me, I'm secure, I feel special. If all of that is yes, then what justification she can give herself talking to another guy? Why would she want to entertain another guy? If she's happy, she's satisfied, and she loves and commit to her husband or boyfriend, she has absolutely no reason or justification to give her phone number to another man. None. Now, if she's unhappy in the relationship, unsatisfied, and all of that, then yes, some people need inspiration so they can blame their decisions on somebody else. So some women need to justify cheating, justify breaking the rules. They need a reason. Then they can say, because you don't have time for me, because you don't take care of me, because you are abusive to me, because of this and because of that, I couldn't help it. I made a mistake. Now, those kinds of women, we call them bitches. We call those women bitches. No decent woman would do that. She would quit the relationship, keep herself free over 6 months, then she might entertain the thought of entertaining somebody else for a while before she gets into bed with them. That's what decent women do. They don't cheat after the first night of breakup. Bitches do that. Then the boyfriend understands, okay, now I'm happy she left. Because no decent woman is going to jump into another relationship the day after she breaks up with the ex-boyfriend. It meant that she was already busy with somebody else. All she had to do is make it official. That scenario I'm using now to you, the Guyanese voters. I've said yesterday, you are the female in this equation. You are the people, politicians, 6 of them are trying to get your attention, to convince you to hire them, to give them a chance. And they're pitching all kinds of proposals to you. But remember, you are already in a relationship. And that relationship is Irfaan Ali and his administration. Guyana, you are in a relationship with him. The time is up for you to review his performance. Review his performance as what? President, father, commander-in-chief, head of the medical department, head of the civil engineering department, head of the education department. He's the head of everything, everything. Every aspect of your life, he's the head of. So let's examine his performance. Has he been a good president, leader of the nation for the past 4+ years? Check. Yes, he has. No scandal, no international bad name, no internal displacement, no wars, no insecurity. So I checked that box. Has he been a good father to the nation? Hell yeah. Oh, not hell yeah. Heaven yeah. Heaven yeah. President Irfaan Ali, as the father to the nation, has been an excellent father. Excellent father. Examples. He took care of his children, not biological, not his 2 sons. Guyanese. How did he do that? He fed the nation. He provided food, clothing, shelter, security for his children. They were so happy that they massively boasted about him and upon him to the rest of the world. They were so proud and are so proud of their father, Irfaan Ali. That is unbelievable that he has such a gift and a talent of being the best father Guyana has experienced since Chedi Jagan. The best. That comes under being a good provider, because he has been a great provider, a matter of fact, he spoiled his children. Anything they ask for, he gave. Anything, he gave them. He gave them money, house, land, inheritance. He spoiled. the Guyanese people. As a father, as head of the military, commander in chief, commander of the joint services, has he kept the country safe? Yes. No invasion, no external wars, no threat, no penetration. He kept us safe. The economy grew, expanded under President Irfaan Ali. Pride was restored to the average Guyanese over the past 4+ years. Life expectancy for the average Guyanese increased. Less people died of natural causes in Guyana since Irfaan took office. He did his best to keep Guyanese safe by way of road uses. Did his best. But that decision had to be personal, with every Guyanese using the roadways by way of a driver or a pedestrian. He did his best by educating the people how to follow the rules, why they should follow the rules, and make sure they pay attention, because every Guyanese life is important. He needs Guyanese to stay safe, alive, healthy, and focused, and out of prison, so they can contribute in the development, the continued development of that beautiful nation. He kept Guyana healthy, introducing state-of-the-art health facilities, a large increases of medical professionals, specialists, so the life of a Guyanese can be extended. Unfortunately, more Guyanese are dying, not from natural causes, because they're taking each other's lives, they're reckless on the roadways, and from crime. Is that his fault? He has equipped the police force. He gave them the mandate. He enacted policies to hold police officers accountable if they are involved and they are reckless with corruption. Because he wants to win the trust. He wants the Guyanese to understand that, hey, trust me, and I will make sure that you're kept safe. But while he's busy trying to mold and reshape the force, these police officers are individuals that were raised in different homes, different cultures, so they have to make the decision to want to be professional. The president can't force them to do that. He simply can have policies that if these officers are caught committing crimes themselves or covering up crimes or corruption, then they are dealt with. That's what he did to boost public trust. Overall, that's the reason why you, the average Guyanese, approved of President Ali as a president, as a father, as a leader, as a commander-in-chief. In every aspect, you approved of him. So tomorrow, September 1st, you will step forward, not just to cast your ballot, but to decide the future of our nation. This is not an ordinary election. This is a choice between progress and setback, between unity and division, between hope and despair. You see, I read a quote this morning from the Torah, You know the Torah, the Jewish holy book? It says something like Tezek, 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 Terof. Tezek, Tezek, Terof. My Hebrew is kind of bad, but anyway. Tezek, Tezek, Terof, which simply means justice, justice shall you pursue. And in the Bible, in Deuteronomy 16:20, if you have a Bible there, in Deuteronomy 16, chapter 16, verses 20, it says, justice is at the heart of true leadership. And today, in President Irfaan Ali and the People's Progressive Party Civic, we see a government, we have seen since 2020, a government committed to justice. Justice in opportunity, justice in development, justice in equality. Our sacred tradition, Guyanese, also reminded us, provide for yourself wise and discerning, reputable persons to govern you. That's why we chose him 2020. Further in Deuteronomy 1:13, President Ali has proven himself to be such a leader. Let me revisit what I said before. In Deuteronomy 1:13, in the Bible, it says, provide for yourself wise and discerning, reputable persons to govern you. Reputable means they have a reputation that is consistent with justice, law and order, peace, prosperity. And President Ali, from the days of him being minister, has demonstrated that. And President Ali, as a president, brought Guyana from middle class as a country to super upper class. The beacon that we don't have to look far to notice is the Irfaan Ali River Bridge. So I tell you this, a leader such as Irfaan Ali, President Irfaan Ali, when he opens his mouth, you can hear his wisdom. When he lays the plan out for 2025, 2030, you can experience his vision. He's wise and he's visionary and grounded in service to the people. This is why throughout his period as president, every neighborhood could see him. I talked about it yesterday that he hates wearing suits. He wants to get down to get down. He walks in the mud. He cleans the road in the rain. He calls out all those highfalutin ministers who can't touch the ground. He tells them, get out the office, pick up a rake, pick up a hoe, come out and let's clean the streets of Georgetown in the rain. He has done it over and over and over because he had to demonstrate to Guyanese that, hey, as president, I'm going to bend down and pick up your trash. I didn't put the trash there. When I'm finished drinking from a soft or a sweet drink, or I'm finished eating something, I bunk my garbage in the garbage bin. You bunk your garbage in the street. But I'm going to come out because I hate mess and I'm going to clean it for you. And then I would appeal to you. Don't do it again. You don't want your president to come out in the rain and pick up your garbage because you love your president. But since your president loves you and he's going to take the first step, Irfaan Ali on many occasions came out with a rake, with a harp, and some garbage bags to clean your streets. That is the extraordinary man that he is. Guyana, under his leadership, is attracting investment, creating thousands, tens of thousands of jobs, and ensuring that the citizens benefit from the wealth of the country. What else do we need, people? What else do we need? The psalmist said, Psalm of David, the psalmist said, "Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell in unity." Guyana has 6 distinct ethnic identities. The Bible said in the Psalms, "Behold how beautiful it is for brethren to dwell in unity." Have you paid attention to the rallies of the PPP over the past few months? The kaleidoscope of colors amongst ethnicity. It's amazing. Amazing. Because of the great leader that we have. United the people, the brethren of Guyana, under our father, Irfaan Ali, dwelt together in unity, awesomeness, beauty, because of what our president did, because of the personality of our leader, because of how amazing he is. Folks, Guyanese, look the extent that President Ali goes. He dances for you. President Ali, let me say this. I wanted to pull up a song that anyway. The last campaign I think that I had at where is it? Luzignan, is it? Luzignan? Where President Ali had to try to, you know the Jamaicans when they are singing, jumping, yeah. Do you know how much weight that guy has to lift of his body weight to do that? He balanced his own weight and doing the Rastafarian bouncing kind of stuff. For you, Guyanese, for you, he wants to show you that he is so into Guyanese culture, that he is so much a part of the brethren camp of Guyana, that even though he's still a bit overweight, he's willing to put his feet under pressure just to bounce like that. If that ain't a beautiful president, tell me what is. President Ali always goes out of his way to take care of, to entertain, to educate, to secure his people. Always go out of his way. Tell me if that does not mesmerize you. If it doesn't blow you away. If it doesn't make you want to hug the guy and bite him. And say, oh, gosh, I love you, President. I love you so much. Oh, yeah, that's why you hug the guy. That's why you're always hugging Ali. because of the way he makes you feel as Guyanese. You are so in love with your president. And a lot of you are sending me messages telling me, Dr. Prasad, why don't you push for them to change the law so President Ali can have a third term? The man has not completed his second term yet. And a lot of you are already trying to see how best you can provoke the idea that the laws can be changed so he can get a third term. Because they want the man to stay there forever. Who wouldn't? When you have a good father as a kid, when you have a good father, you often, and this is a fact, you often hate your mother if you notice your father unhappy. You blame her. You're like, Mommy, why can't you just love Daddy? Why can't you treat him better? Mommy, why can't you behave? I don't want Daddy to leave. A lot of you can attest to that. Because you have a great father, you don't want anyone and anything to mess with him. You want him to stay forever. You want your mother to behave. You want your mother to treat him better so he doesn't leave. That's how the Guyanese, the average Guyanese, are thinking about President Ali. This is why they have so much hatred in their heart for Azruddin Mohammed, Aubrey Norton, and these others. Guyanese are telling these people, hey man, leave our father alone. We don't want you guys. Leave our fathers alone. That's what Guyanese are telling these other people. We don't want you. Leave him alone. We want Ali. We want Ali. We want Irfaan Ali. We want the PPPC. Guyanese are continually, constantly telling the rest that, fellas, just go somewhere else. Guyana don't want you. Guyana want this guy. We want Ali. We don't want to change him. We don't want to replace him. We don't want him to go anywhere. This is the guy we want. The same passion children have towards their father that they know loves them and takes care of them. They keep telling their mothers, Mommy, don't do that. Don't cheat on Daddy. Don't make him unhappy. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't be selfish. Yeah, you can attest to that. So let us not forget the call of the prophets. Learn to do good. Seek justice. Relieve the oppressed. That's what the Bible says in Isaiah 1:17. The government has invested in housing, in education, in health, in jobs, lifting up those who were once forgotten under the PNC. The people who were forgotten under the PNC 2015, 2020, Ali came in and immediately, their lives were changed. Thousands of jobs, thousands of investment added to the economy. You think Guyana's earnings right now is just from the oil? That's a small part. The earnings that Guyana is experiencing now is from you, the taxpayers, because of the businesses you have generated in the country and the taxes that you are paying. It is causing the country to experience a massive growth. Imagine if Azruddin Mohammed and the Mohammed's family were paying taxes like you, the average Guyanese. Imagine if they were. How much more can our father not do for that country? President Irfaan Ali. How much more can the government not do? These billionaires are not paying taxes. They are robbing the country. They are lying to the people. They are deceiving the people. But still, Irfaan Ali and his government did and is doing their best to take care of you, the Guyanese people. Imagine if those guys, if Azruddin Mohammed was a good guy and patriotic like the rest of you. Don't you think we could have done a lot of things with the cash that he has to pay? But you, the decent-minded Guyanese, are saying, hey, his days are numbered. Time will catch up with him. The law will get him. But in the meantime, you are happy that the president and the government is not sitting around and waiting for Azruddin and his family to pay their taxes. The government is generating a beautiful life for Guyanese the best way they know how. And what I was insulted by, when this man, Shell Mohammed, the crook in chief, went on his so-called platform to talk for his son, his only son, and he wants Guyanese. Shell Mohammed wants Guyanese to trust his son and vote for his son, because when Azruddin was a kid, he used to memorize cars' number plates. That's the level Guyana is coming. You want a nation of elite, highly educated people, the smartest academic system in the Western Hemisphere, the most intelligent people in South America. You want that nation to put their votes behind your idiot son because when he was a kid in primary school, he used to look at cars passing and memorize their number plates. How does that work, Shell? How would you know that he memorized it? He will come and say, Daddy, Daddy, I just saw a Ford car passed and his number plate was PZ, blah, blah, blah. How are you supposed to verify that your son was telling the truth? You will have to track down that Ford based on description and compare what your son said to what's on the number plate. That's the only way you can tell that he memorized it. But you want the smart Guyanese to put their emotions, to invest their emotions in that lie that you come in public and talked about. All the lies. But then look at your crowd. I'm not going to hold them responsible. They're vulnerable. They believe whatever you're telling them. But for them to cheer to that crap, we still have a far way to go as Guyanese. We still have a far way to go. And my friends, the Talmud teaches, that's another Jewish text, the Talmud teaches, a leader is not appointed unless the community is consulted. A leader is not appointed unless the community is consulted. That is Berkov 55A. The PPP manifesto, Barajagdio said, when the PPP launched their manifesto about a week ago, officially, he said to us, after consultation with communities around Guyana, the manifesto is structured to reflect the concerns, the hopes, the dreams of every community around Guyana. That's what leadership is about. The Irfaan Ali administration party consulted with the communities, consulted, talked to everyone, listened to everyone, adjust the script to suit the needs of the average Guyanese. That's leadership. And that's what sacred text teaches us. Tomorrow your voice will decide whether Guyana continues on the path of growth and justice and unity or turning back. I say to you, the choice is clear. For progress, for fairness, for unity, for peace, let us stand in unity, in harmony, with pride, prosperity, stand behind President Irfaan Ali. This election is about building where every child can dream, where every family can be secure, where a nation can rise and keep rising, because it's not about talking, it's about having a government who does. Ali, the PPPC, did what they promised to do and will continue to do what you mandate them to do. I say to you, in the name of our Creator, in the name of the universe, we owe it to ourselves as Guyanese to deliver a massive, historical, never seen before victory to President Irfaan Ali and the People's Progressive Party Civic. I promise you, I will be one of the persons who will call out any mishaps, because the president may choose the best people to hold certain positions to serve you. But remember, they're not him. When he comes across and realizes that they may have made mistakes, he will deal with them. Put your faith in the president, in President Irfaan Ali. Put your trust in him so that he can do what's right, so a Guyanese can have the best service. You deserve the best, Guyanese. We deserve the best. We can only settle and accept the greatest president who has delivered incredibly, remarkably, magnificently, divinely in 3 years. We deserve President Irfaan Ali for a second term. We deserve the PPP Civic Administration to occupy 40 seats in the National Assembly. 40 seats. So all the crowds, all the thousands, the tens of thousands of you who went out and support the campaign of our great leaders, I want you to go out tomorrow morning. If you can camp out there, get in line and cast your vote. Remember, you have to check 2 boxes. And when you check the 2 boxes, please careful with your X and make sure they do not touch the lines. Make your distinctive mark and be proud of it. Go in peace, cast your votes, and go straight back to your homes. Prayer works when work accompanies prayer. While you may pray for our government to continue their mandate, you have to go out in your tens and of thousands, your hundreds of thousands across the country and make your statement. Tell President Ali he got the job. His contract is renewed. His tenure is extended. He will be president for another 5 years. Do that. Make the statement. Let him understand that by voting and voting in your hundreds of thousands on the People's Progressive Party, 2 boxes you check. 2 boxes. Regional and general. Long live the king. Long live the father. Long live the best president Guyana has ever experienced. Long live the People's Progressive Party civic. Bye now.